following Borussia Dortmund, and yeah, this is of the following of the club I love and support, Borussia Dortmund, club I love and support in football, and yeah, Borussia Dortmund, and one in German domestic football, and well, European tournament matches as well. Like I'd say, um, at least with the domestic German football, like there's all right enough cultures of football clubs and fan cultures just follow one, and Borussia Dortmund are an all right enough club. So yeah, just follow Borussia Dortmund. They're all right enough. And yeah, the club has, has its culture and fan culture like an amount of German football clubs anyway. But yeah, Borussia Dortmund, and yes, like the club have won with their trophies and achievements 8 Bundesliga titles, national trophies, 5 DFB Pokals, so 8 league titles and 5 domestic cups, 1 Champions League and 1 Cup Winners' Cup. That is all the trophies and achievements of the football club. And yeah, one of the best things for the culture of the club is Inside Borussia Dortmund on Amazon Prime. It's a season of the club, but as well, it's got like the culture of the football club as well. And yeah, it's an all right enough series, like of a football club. Like it's a bit more culture than your all or nothing type series of like the Premier League clubs. So yeah, so if like for a more cultured like series of a football club, yeah, I'd say that's an all right enough one. But yeah, I went to the Borussia Dortmund Museum at the start of the season, just by the Signal Iduna Park Stadium slash Stadion, and basically the museum just by the Stadion for the Borussia slash Borussia Dortmund Museum. It's pretty one way. Like there's a lift with just go up one, and it's just straight to the Borussia and Borussia Dortmund Museum, and it's just straight round all one way. And yeah, they've got like um the part of the yellow wall iconic stand of the stadium slash stadion replicated replicated rather, as well as the players bench. And yeah, got the replicas of the trophies, like a trophy like that the club has won achieved is replicated. And yeah, so buy those trophies at the start of the season, and yeah, like be alright to win another one of those. And yeah, quite something. And Borussia Dortmund, like Borussia and Borussia Dortmund is like nation of Prussia and ball playing sport, like ball Spielverien and nation of Prussia combined is Borussia. Ball like translates to ball playing sport, nation of Prussia of the Borussia in Borussia Dortmund, basically. And Borussia Dortmund's biggest derby is the Revier Derby, Borussia Dortmund v Schalke. And about 1 to 2 weeks pre, if Borussia Dortmund play Schalke at home in the derby, they'll have like Ultras S stickers on the stadium of Alle Ingelm Derby for the Borussia Dortmund v Schalke match, and that's like on the stadium 1 to 2 weeks pre that match if they play a revered derby at home to Schalke. And Borussia Dortmund v Bochum is a mini derby. But Borussia Dortmund v Bayern Munich, yes, it's one of the biggest matches in German football, but it's not a derby. Like the Klassiker, it's one of the biggest matches in German football, and the Klassiker culture of the football club for Borussia Dortmund is compete with Bayern Munich. But it's not a derby like in Germany, Dortmund to Munich. Like it's two different parts of Germany. Like it's like 5 to 7 hours from, well, basically 6 to 7 hours from Dortmund to Munich. So it's not a derby. Like the distance is too big for that, really, in a nation for it to be a derby match. But it is one of the biggest matches in German football. But still. And they're in two different parts of Germany. Like Munich's in Bavaria and Dortmund is in like and Dortmund is in North Rhine Westphalia, so they're in two different parts of Germany anyway. But yes, as for the stadium/stadion, now the stadium/stadion, and this is an expanded stadium/stadion. Westfalenstadion, like as Westfalenstadion had about 54,000 or so, and Borussia Dortmund had won all the trophies, but basically the club almost went bust. So, as part of the restructure and rebuild, like one German businessman and Borussia Dortmund fan and club member still has membership at the club, Hans-Joachim Watzke, basically saved the club and started the player recruitment model for like having the recruitment to sign talented players and keep it building and maintaining it enough. So, but that started with a rebuild and restructure, and the other thing, like the expanded, was the expansion of the stadium from around 54,000 to just over 81,000, and the stadium rebranded from Westfalenstadion to Signal Iduna Park. Although Westfalenstadion is the cultural title of the stadium/stadion, but yeah, it got rebranded Signal Iduna Park as part of a restructure and rebuild of the football club as the stadium/stadion expanded with it. Although with that, it is basically the biggest stadium in German football, however, but yes. And yes, so Hans-Joachim Watzke, his last season of CEO is next season, and set to be the next CEO after next season is basically Lars Ricken, a player that played loads of matches for Borussia Dortmund and won the Bundesliga and Champions League as a player with the club. And the sporting director of Borussia Dortmund is Sebastian Kehl. Played loads of matches for Borussia Dortmund and played in a few Borussia Dortmund teams. And yes, also won the Bundesliga title with the club. And Borussia Dortmund, probably the best Borussia Dortmund manager for the football club is Ottmar Hitzfeld. In his prime, probably one of the best tactical managers. He's the one manager/head coach to have won the Bundesliga and Champions League with both Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. And in 3 seasons, he won 2 Bundesliga titles/trophies and a Champions League trophy. The one Champions League the club has won. And in the semi-finals, Borussia Dortmund beat Man United 1-0 home and away to go through to the final 2-0 in aggregate. Rene Trenchuk scored in a first match of the semi-final end-to-end at Westfalenstadion, and Borussia Dortmund got the lead in the semi-final. Paulo Sousa, player that pinged the passes for Borussia Dortmund, retained possession, and Rene Trenchuk basically played onto him and hit it left-footed from a bit outside the box, and the shot just had enough power to go into the top left corner, basically, and Borussia Dortmund led going into the second match. And in the away match, Lars Ricken scored a turning shot from the right, just inside the box, left-footed into the left-hand bottom corner, and Borussia Dortmund had an early lead in the second match and 2-0 on aggregate, and basically game managed it to the final. And Borussia Dortmund played Juventus in the final in Munich, and Juventus favourites for that, as Juventus had won the Champions League pre that Champions League tournament. But part of Otmar Hitzfeld's tactics for the final, basically Paul Lambert that held the midfield. Basically, part of the tactics for the final was Lambert, Mark Zidane. One of the most iconic things of the final as well as a Lars Ricken lob goal. The third goal, which basically got Borussia Dortmund the Champions League trophy. And in the final of that match, Borussia Dortmund got the lead. Paul Lambert of a ball in from the right across, and Karl-Heinz Riedler, goal scoring forward at the far post, got it from right foot to left foot and basically finished it from the near post, left footed, to have Borussia Dortmund in the lead. And then Borussia Dortmund scored a second from a corner, a ball in right footed from left, and Karl-Heinz Riedler of a header in the centre into the top left hand corner. Juventus pulled one back in the second half after Borussia Dortmund led 2-0 half time. Bit of a passing move and a back flick finish into the right hand bottom corner, basically. But Borussia Dortmund scored a third goal to win the trophy. Lars Ricken, on as a sub, scored with his first touch on as a sub. One of the iconic things of the final, with a first time lob over the keeper into the goal. And Borussia Dortmund won 3-1 and the one Champions League trophy that the football club has won, with probably the best manager that the football club has had in tactical manager Otmar Hitzfeld. And yeah, favourite players to have played for Borussia Dortmund? Jadon Sancho, one of them. Basically, the flair players, like a couple of them are probably the favourite players to have played for Borussia Dortmund. Jadon Sancho, like dribbling skills, got them out of goals and assists. But I'd edge Thomas Rosicky. Like he had dribbling, passing, shooting, but the one thing over Sancho, he could hit a free kick into the top corner. And yeah, quality, talented player. And yeah, part of a Bundesliga winning team. And yeah, that Bundesliga winning team that won the league title, and it's probably one of the best Bundesliga titles won. And Borussia Dortmund had Matthias Sammer as manager / head coach, and Sammer had won the Bundesliga and Champions League as a player with Borussia Dortmund, as well as winning the Ballon d'Or as a player. Played as a defensive midfielder / sweeper as a player, and then managed / head coached Borussia Dortmund. But as head coach / manager, it was an attacking Borussia Dortmund team with Sammer. Like, basically played to outscore teams. And Borussia Dortmund won a Bundesliga title with Sammer, and in that Bundesliga competed with Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern Munich, probably one of the most talented Bayer Leverkusen teams pre the Xabi Alonso one. like Bayer Leverkusen had talented players. They got to the DFB Pokal final, lost that. Got to the Champions League final, lost that. But if Bayer Leverkusen won 2 of the last 3 matches in that Bundesliga, they'd have already won a Bundesliga title pre-Xabi Alonso. But Bayer Leverkusen lost 2 of the last 3 matches, and Borussia Dortmund won the last 3 matches, and Borussia Dortmund won that Bundesliga title by 1 point. And yeah, Borussia Dortmund won the last 3 matches, outscoring teams as well. And in the last 3 matches of that Bundesliga league, Bayer Leverkusen, with 3 matches remaining, topped the league, but lost 2-1 at home to Werder Bremen. So if Borussia Dortmund won away to Hamburg, they'd still have a chance of winning that Bundesliga league, basically. And Borussia Dortmund played away to Hamburg on that match day and won 4-3 away in quite a match. Got a penalty for a foul on the left just inside the box, and Hamburg had a player sent off, and Marcio Amoruso scored to have Borussia Dortmund in the lead, and then Borussia Dortmund scored a second with a pass played to Thomas Rosicky, and Rosicky finished it all right enough into the right-hand bottom corner. But Hamburg got it to 2-1, and then Borussia Dortmund scored a third goal. Thomas Rosicky, the third goal, Marcio Amoruso with a second goal. Had a free kick blocked by the wall, but then it bounced to Amoruso just outside the box and a left-footed shot into the left-hand bottom corner. Hamburg got it to 3-2, but Borussia Dortmund scored a fourth to win the match, basically, as Thomas Rosicky with a good chip pass to Otto Addo, and Otto Addo played it to Jan Koller, and Jan Koller tapped in the fourth to get Borussia Dortmund the win. Hamburg scored a third, but Borussia Dortmund won 4-3. And then on the next match day, Bayer Leverkusen lost 1-0 away to Nuremberg. So if Borussia Dortmund won... Oh, no. Borussia Dortmund won 4-3 away to Hamburg on the match day. Bayer Leverkusen lost away to Nuremberg. Borussia Dortmund won 2-1 home to Cologne on the match day that Bayer Leverkusen lost home to Werder Bremen. Yeah. So Borussia Dortmund won 2-1 at home to Cologne on the other match day as Thomas Rosicky scored a shot from just outside the box on left, right footed into the right-hand bottom corner. Cologne equalised with a good right-footed shot into the left corner, just inside the box on the right. But Borussia Dortmund got a late penalty and scored it to win 2-1. And then the last matches of the season, Bayer Leverkusen won their last match 2-1. And Borussia Dortmund had to win their last home match to out and out win that Bundesliga league. Werder Bremen from pass and move cut back, and then a first time shot from inside the box into the right hand bottom corner. Werder Bremen there, but Jan Koller with a right footed shot from a bit outside the box into the left hand bottom corner equalised for Borussia Dortmund. Then Rosicky with a pre-assist, good chip pass, and then a pass after that to the far post, and Everton with a bit of a volley at the far post into the left-hand bottom corner, and Borussia Dortmund won that Bundesliga league 1 point ahead of Bayer Leverkusen and 2 points ahead of Bayern Munich. But that Borussia Dortmund team, very attacking, had Jens Lehmann as the keeper, Christian Verns, one defender played loads of matches for the club. Two, an attacking left back and right back, Dede and Evalninson, the two Brazilians. Sebastian Kale, defensive midfielder. Lars Ricken in that squad, played loads of matches for the club. Had Thomas Rosicky, quality, talented player. And had Everton and Amoruso with an amount of goals. And also Jan Koller as well as a target man, had an alright enough shot. So yeah, an attacking Borussia Dortmund team, but an alright enough one. But yes, and it's quite something following the football club, and yeah, absolutely love it.